Yeah, 1 minute late. I think it's fine. I think I'm only going to put a few watches out today. I don't think I'm going to put a ton of watches out. Just more work to clean it up. All right, let's see if anybody chimes in. There we are. Now they're rolling in. I see the comments. Okay, anonymous watch guy here. Bean Boy's checking in. Awesome to hang out with you, Billy, at the DC District Time meetup. Epic as always. That was the first time going to the District Time show in Washington D.C. and I will definitely be back. That was a good show. Joe Silvia's here. Kevin checking in from Florida. Jeffrey was there too. Awesome hanging out with you again. Jeff's here. What's going on? Bill K says, congrats on the 75,000 subs. Thanks. That actually happened on my drive back. I drove down to DC, did the show, hung out with my friends, had a killer time, drove back, and I think I was in like Pennsylvania or something, somewhere in Pennsylvania, maybe Ohio, and it ticked over 75,000. So I screenshotted that. That was really cool. Let's see here. Let me scroll back up. Yep, I missed a bunch of comments. Okay, yeah, congrats, 75. Nate Dogg's here. Kevin's here. Bill K's here. Nathan's here. Jared checking in. Joe Smoke is here. Awesome. That would have been cool if you would have showed up, Joe. I know that's a little ways away, but you'll hopefully be at the Louisville meet. That'll be awesome. Todd is here. Jonathan. Michael says, congrats, 75. Thanks. Tennessee Mike is here. Angelo's checking in from Portugal. Stuart is checking in. I just sent you the responded to the DM on Discord. Fed is here. Thanks very much. Dane, number one troll killer's here. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Paul's checking in from Australia. Jim. Kevin says, congrats, 75K. Thank you very much. Jeremy's wearing the Tudor Ranger. Basil says, congrats. Thank you very much. Floridian's chiming in. Brave Sailor, my buddy's checking in from, what did you call it? San Diego. That works. Now I'm going to probably call San Diego forever now. So thanks for that. Kevin, no, Kevin, the VTEC did not kick in. I took the Venza. I took the Toyota Venza. It was its last ride. I actually recorded the video of me driving on the way back. So I might post that. Eric's checking in from South Carolina. Gary's checking in from Canada. See Junior. Awesome meeting you in DC. San Diego. VTEC, yo. No, I just didn't want to take the new car. I figured I would do the last ride for the Venza. Keyboy says, hey, Rob, this is Tim and his dad, Ken. It was so awesome meeting you at the District Time show and seeing you at the Watchbox, or not Watchbox. That was the live stream earlier. The Matchbox restaurant. Thank you for the poker chips. So, yeah, I met up with Tim and his dad. We were getting ready to leave, too. I was actually, it was towards the end of the day at the show. He jumped in. We got to chat for a little bit. That was awesome. Thanks for chatting with us a little bit. Took a couple pictures. And then we went around the corner, my group, and we just wanted the pizza, right? Who doesn't want pizza, right? So we got some drinks, some pizza. Look over to the right, and there is Tim and his dad sitting, enjoying the coolest mound of sliders I've ever seen. There was like 9 sliders with a huge pile of like these shoestring fried onions. So I ordered 2 of those for the table because I saw Tim was enjoying those. And then Tim and his dad bought me a drink. So thank you again for that. That was awesome meeting you. Michael's checking in from Illinois. Larry C with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Congrats, 75K. Very cool. Actually talked to Larry C on the way back. I talked to a bunch of people on the phone on the way back. We had a nice phone conversation with Larry C. Gonna probably have one of his Larry C custom builds, like SKX mods or watch builds, whatever you want to call them. So I think we came up with a good idea. Larry's gonna send me one of his nicer builds that he did. He's really proud of, and I'm gonna kind of review it and everything. So I'm pretty excited I'm not going to build, but I want to bring the mods back into the channel. So Larry's going to kind of kick that off. So I'm excited to have that. on the show soon. Paul's checking in from Dallas. Nilo says congrats 75K. Thank you very much. Andre's checking in from Montreal, Canada. Michael's here from Montana. Watch and Carry checking in. Thank you very much. Watch for Jay, another Montrealer. Is that, am I saying that right? Johnson P. Seiko. Is your last name really Seiko? That's pretty cool. Mark, awesome to hang out with you again. And actually even had us over at his house. Mark lives in Baltimore area, and we went with him to pick up his new Panerai, which was awesome, limited edition. Thanks for the congrats, Big Wrist. And then Mark took us over to, I mean, if you're going to be in Baltimore, you got to go to the, Larry C, definitely. Jeffrey Archibald will send me a build too to review. I'm excited to do all that. Let me back up. We went to Guinness. Mark bought the first round, of course. That's awesome. And then I noticed he ordered some wings. I just assumed those were my wings too, so I ate some of his wings. I guess I didn't really ask. I just kind of ate his wings. But that was pretty cool. And then he hung out with us too at the show. And then after, we always do like a little after hours thing. Joe, that is awesome. I'm looking forward to Louisville. Just a Seiko fanboy, aren't we all? Maybe I will change my last name to Seiko as well. Peanut butter jelly, so good. Actually, it's not jelly, but yeah, so when we do these shows, if you guys want to meet up, this wasn't like a random Rob meetup or anything. This was just me going to hang out with a bunch of people at a watch event. So JC checking in from Korea. Strap Habit straps. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm working with them to get a bunch more. Yeah, hot wings are really good. I wore this watch a ton. The Unimatic on the Strap Habit camo. YZ80 was here. Awesome to hang out with him too. I hung out with him Thursday night. He was gracious enough to allow me to stay at his place. And then we toured his property and everything. It was super cool. And he hung out with us on the weekend too. So, yeah, back to the show. These shows, these watch shows, you can go just do the watch show, like a wind up or a Microlux or a district time. You can do that. No problem, right? But if you have a friend group, or if you want to hang out with me and all my buddies, tag along. Let's go. We'll figure it out. We'll take over restaurants or bars or hotel lounges or something. You know what I mean? We will have a good time. I guarantee it. Because, yeah, that show was from 11 to 4? But we were doing stuff. When I go to these guys, I don't really sleep that much. So we're doing stuff. That's what we're doing, right? Paul is asking, is the Notice dive watch worth the money? 100%. I can tell you that the Notice Deep is awesome. It is super, super cool. Notice was there at the district time, but it wasn't Wes or Cullen. It was one of their buddies. Oh, dang, I forget his name. Is it Mike or something? I'm super bad with names. I count on you guys to help me with that. So anybody that was at the show, do you remember the guy behind the counter? I'm super bad with names. I think when I go to these shows, I need 2 helpers. Dwight. Okay, it was Mike. So it was fun talking to him, meeting him and stuff, but I think I need 2 helpers. I need one person to go around and document who I talk to and then make like notes of the conversation or something. And then I need another person to video and take pictures for me in a format that I like. So because almost that entire time, whether it's at the show or hanging out with my buddies or anything like that, the phone stayed in my pocket. I didn't take any pictures or video other than reviewing Mark's collection. That was pretty much it. And I met a ton of awesome people, and I went to a really cool watch store when we went to go pick up the Panerai with Mark. And then, of course, the show. What is the bezel on that made of? It is stainless steel, but it's DLC coated. And it has great bezel action. It has a 20 or a extra 12-hour ring on the inside, and then it has the just regular dive counter on the outside of the bezel. Let's see, SPGs. Did I get a chance to meet Nathan from Trafford Watch Co. at the show? I probably did. Um, I talked to a lot of people there, and like I said, I'm super bad. Mount a GoPro on my head. Nilo, why don't you come with me? We'll put a GoPro on your head, and you just kind of record everything for me. Yeah, I can't walk around with a GoPro on my head. It's just I don't know. Long Island Mark was out there. So the other thing is I worry, and I was talking to my wife about this because she's like, well, maybe you can just go through and get video real quick, and then you can interact with everybody. Enrique, thanks for checking in. But the problem is when I'm at the show, I want to talk to people. I mean, I checked out a few watches, but the reality is I talked to people, and the watches were kind of like a bonus. So I um I want to be approachable, I guess, is the point. Because there was people like Leslie, for example. It was a really busy area. I was standing at the visitor watch booth and I was talking to Philip, the owner, Phil, and Leslie was walking by and she just kind of like caught me out of her peripheral. I was probably talking or something and recognized my voice. And she pointed and we made eye contact and she was like, hey, I like your channel. And I grabbed her and I was like, no, 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 you're not walking by. Get back here. So I pulled her back to the table and we had a good chat, right? We ended up both buying a visitor watch, the same one. She took hers because uh, that one was in stock, but I ended up having to. I got to buy mine, and then it's going to get shipped to me. So, but I want those interactions because that's more important to me than recording the event. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people would like to see the event, and maybe I can figure out a way to make that happen later. What visitor did you get? I think it's still called the Dune Shore, but it's the diver. It's the orange dial with the stainless steel bezel. I don't know why I like to have the bezel and everything. But super cool and it's very unique looking, so I'm excited to get that one. Dane says, "What is the watch just above the watch with the beautiful orange camo strap?" We're gonna look at that, but somebody else asked about the Synchron. Yes, I did just do the unboxing on the Synchron. Ginger Down Under, thank you very much for the congrats on the 75K. But yeah, this thing smells like vanilla. It's got the true Italian-made ISO frame, which because ISO frame it's the same owner as Synchron. It's the Poseidon. This is that new release. There's only 1,000 of them. Great bezel action, fully loomed out. A while ago, I had bought the Synchron Military that came out a couple years ago. I ended up selling it. I sold it to my buddy Manny, Mr. LTE. But and then I picked this one up, and the reality is I'll probably sell this one too, or as well, or whatever you want to say. Just because I don't know. I mostly just wanted it for the video. It's still a really cool watch, but I probably won't wear it and I don't want to tie up that money in something I'm not going to wear. So it'll probably end up going to somebody that collects, maybe somebody that already has a Synchron Military. Maybe Manny wants it or something. I don't know. Rosvan says sell this Doxa clone. Synchron used to own Doxa at one point. Nice cushion case, probably wears comfortable. It does. Where do you live, Rob? General area. Northern Michigan. I say looks like it has giveaway. Oh, it's definitely not going to be in a giveaway, but I did promise a giveaway at 75,000. Just like I'm going to do a giveaway at 80,000, 85,000, 90, 95, and 100. It will be a big giveaway. So the giveaway for 75,000 is going to be a $500, just probably PayPal if as long as someone has PayPal who wins. $500 from me, from my money. Anonymous Watch Guy says your birthday's Thursday. That's awesome. Happy future birthday. And then also a $750 gift card to Mimo's Jewelry. So you're gonna have what is that? $12.50. So you're gonna be able to buy whatever you want, or whatever you want. So what happened to the big eye? I sold the big eye a long time ago. Hey Ned, thanks, appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. And let's see, Dane wanted to see what this was. This is called Adawak. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Very unique looking destro, meaning left hand crown, and a different way to tell the time. So when I was first looking at it, I was like, well, this is kind of weird, but it's actually extremely easy. So this is the 11, so that means it's 11 and it's pointing at 20. So it's 11:20. Very simple, right? So I think they have some more complicated ones, but as that roller rolls around, the 11 rolls around to the top of the hour, boom, the 12 jumps in, right? And now you're at 12:05, 12:10, and on around. So it's very simple and just works. And you think about it, so there's only four, right? So there's only four pointers. Well, but you have 12 hours. So every time it rotates around, there has to be a cam over here or something to grab it and spin those around to jump the hour. We don't see that because it's concealed by this part of the watch, but that's happening. So there's another layer of complexity within this watch that, for the most part, is just not, people don't realize it, or they just take it for granted that it's just going to be that correct hour all the time, but that has to happen on the backside. And so each one of these stars has to be, done so that it matches the correct hour as it flips around. Pretty cool, pretty cool, something different. No running seconds hand that you can see, but still a wild card piece. Pretty fun. So I'll be doing the video on that soon. David, thanks for checking in. Montana, appreciate it. Dazzler says, you have the most eclectic watches on the planet. Big shout out to Australian audience members. That's awesome. Uh, Sam says the Notice Deeps were delivered in Michigan today. Awesome. Yeah, those are super cool. Good question. What do I think of Panerai? I think they're great looking watches. I don't know that I would ever buy one. For one, I'm kind of like checked out of the luxury, and Panerai's luxury. Like that one that Mark just picked up was actually a limited edition one. I think there's still like 1,200 of them, which isn't a ton for a Panerai. And he did tell me how much he paid for it. I thought it was actually pretty reasonable. I would have guessed it would have been a higher number, so it wasn't bad. Definitely within reach, but I'm really enjoying the micro brands. Whether it's like Cincinnati Watch or Notice or Trosca. Trosca was at the show, and John at Trosca, it was awesome to meet him. GTC, thank you very much. Appreciate it. There are some smaller Panerais too, but you kind of want, Panerai needs to be a Panerai, just like a Breitling needs to be a Breitling. Breitling should be a little blingy, you know what I mean? Panerai should be a little big. It's just, that's the way certain brands really should just be. But Trosca was there, and John has dropped a ton of different colors, a ton of different watches. It's almost difficult to choose which one you want. But Trosca is definitely a brand to check out. Extremely affordable, just like Notice, extremely affordable. They all kind of hover around that $500 price point. Canopy was there. I actually hung out with Mac, and didn't hang out with Ross, the other owner, but I got to hang out with Mac, the younger. I think he's the younger owner. He's on the younger side, and we even did some after hours stuff. It was extremely fun. We had a great time. And he just sent me this watch. This watch is actually going to be a giveaway watch too, which I recorded the video on it. I'll post it soon. So everybody on the channel will have the opportunity to potentially win this watch as well. So gonna be some fun stuff here coming up. Have you tried the Notice on strap? I have not put a strap to this watch yet, but it's 20 mil, so it should work. It should work no problem. Let's see. Razvan says Moonshine Plastic Gold. Is that everyone's going to be kind of resonating or talking about the new Moon Swatch? I don't think I'm going to cover it because I'm not going to go hands on with it unless somebody gets it and sends it to me. But I think it's great. Honestly, I think it's great what Swatch is doing with Omega. Yeah, this is the Cincinnati watch. I think I still need to do the video on this. I need to do this and get it done real quick. So that watch you showed is an imitation of your Auric. Time stand still says. Okay, thank you. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to remember to look that up. I didn't know there was already a watch out there that kind of was like that. So I'm guessing this one's less money than that brand you just talked about. What's the watch on the table with the navy rubber? I don't know what is navy. Oh, this one. That's Fair and Swit. They were at the show too. Hmm. Let me show you that real quick because there's a couple of them here. This is one of his best sellers. I think this is his bestseller. Extremely cool watch. Extremely cool watch. It's a Mecha Quartz, so it still ticks. I mean, you can see it ticking, but it runs at like, I don't know, like close to 3 hertz or something. But pretty affordable. There's some fun colorways. This is a full lume dial, so you can kind of see that. Obviously, you'll see it when I turn the lights off. But awesome watch. This one is also from that same brand, and there will be a I'll get my hands on it soon, I think, but there's a really cool colorway of this one coming out soon. So yeah, 4 ticks per second. Okay. Somebody asked about where is it? The Borealis GMT. Let me grab it. All right. Yep, here it is. Awesome watch. Like for $300, you honestly you can't beat it. Pretty much everybody I know that picks it up, they just love it. They just love it. So for that price point, you can't go wrong. Paul says my battery ran out on the Far and Swit Northside edition in 6 months. I don't know if it just eats up the batteries or if that one had sat around for a little bit. That's weird. Uh-oh. Greg Wood says he's sick, so everybody that was spooning or snuggling with Greg might get sick. Hopefully I don't, because Greg and I definitely spooned. So yeah, that sucks. But you know what, Greg, we did push it. Look, we did push it. A lot of people bailed out, and Greg and I stayed up super, super late. Okay, you're not that sick. So, but yeah, Greg and I stayed up super late Friday night and hung out with Ty, who is a professional photographer for watches, and Christian, the owner from Ocean Crawler, down in the whiskey bar of the hotel we were staying at. That was crazy. That was super awesome. Yeah, Wet Watches was there. He did not stay up. He slept. He's very sleepy. I don't know if it's just this time of year or what. He did not hang. Greg and I just powered through. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, some people just can't hang. That's no problem. Is what it is. Let's see. That's my next purchase. I have the same red rubber strap on the Mars Moon Swatch. Great FKM straps. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Dane addressed the question. Why don't I get into the luxury watches? I don't know. I need a break. It's a cycle. Will I be back into luxury watches at some point? Possibly, but I suspect not. I'm just having too much fun. It's like the whole diminishing returns concept, right? So, when I can get a Canopy or a Draken or a Dorenzo, I mean, literally at a fraction of the price of luxury brands, and I get 90% of the enjoyment, and I can experience more of them than like for what I can afford. Uh, I guess I don't have the same value placed on luxury brands than most people do. So let's see. Favorite watch complication, moon face. Let's see. Calico said he just woke up, hungover. I don't believe it. Let's see. Dan says I was late to the party last week and missed out on the Oris whale shark. Do they come through often? No, they don't. Let's see. Ned says, should a Sellita SW200 be running 17 seconds fast? That's a little bit on the high side. You could probably get it dialed back a little bit if you want, but it's that. I don't know if that's within specification. It wouldn't bother me, I guess, is the way I would say it, but you could get a bump back. It's not a big deal. Let's see, Rob, the one with the white strap, is that a Doxa? It is not a Doxa. It's actually a Synchron. It's that new release from Synchron. There's only 1,000 of them, and this is an Isoframe strap, which Isoframe owns Synchron. Synchron used to own Doxa. Uh, there's a lot of history there. It goes back a ways, but it's almost kind of like a spite watch in my opinion, just because they don't Synchron like almost doesn't release watches hardly ever, and when they do, it's just it almost seems like it's like a little bit of a jab. So, hold on, back up. Don't don't tell people you got to be careful with that magnetized thing because 17 seconds fast is probably not magnetized. Magnetized, you're usually running like much faster. So I wouldn't try to demagnetize a watch that's running 17 seconds fast per day. Um, it needs to be running like really fast for it to potentially be magnetized. In my experience, I think 17 seconds if your amplitude's good and your beat error isn't too bad, and you're at the right lift angle when you're testing it. Now, if you're just timing this with a other device, you're not getting the whole story. You need to put it on a time grapher or take it in and have it time graphed so you get the whole story. You need to input the correct lift angle. You need to find out what the amplitude is, and you need to find out what the um, beat error is, and that'll give you a little bit better picture of what you need to do. Let's see. Mark says to Calico, Zawa's watch is awesome. Blah blah blah. Okay, yes. Trying to do negotiating. What is the black watch in the back left with the white hands? That you're referring to this one, I believe. And this is the Notice Deep. This was released recently and it sold out super fast. So okay, Ned, you do have a time grapher. Yeah, so just get that data, get that information, and if you want to bump it back a little bit, you can probably bump it back or take it to a watchmaker and have it done. David says, "What is my impressions of the Civic Si so far?" So basically, I've only taken it for one drive since I've had it. So other than the drive back, I'll probably run it sometime this week, and I will do. It is not titanium, but it does kind of look like it because it's like a blasted finish, but it is not titanium. But yeah, I'm gonna do some point of view driving videos. I need to order some gear for the SI, and we're just gonna do some chats. They'll be shorter videos, not super long. But so far, it's fun. It's good. So, oh, wrist check from me. I am wearing the Orange Monster. Monster Monday. Plus, I was feeling a little nostalgia with, me hitting 75,000. I was reflecting back on the journey. And I was just like, you know what? I need the Orange Monster on wrist. It needs to be on wrist. I need to wear it. Absolutely love this watch. I'll probably wear it for like 3 days. Um, it's not like important for me to hit those numbers, that 75,000 subscriber, but it does mean a lot to me. It does resonate with me that like what we've done in this community, what the work that I've done. So, but it'll be business as usual. I need to get back to it and keep cranking out vids. GTC, did you test drive a Subaru WRX before? No, I'm a I'm a Honda fanboy. I've owned WRXs. I've owned an STI. Now they were older ones, and I'm sure the newer one is amazing. But when that new Civic Si came out, and I just consumed a bunch of information on it, that was my car. I just knew it, so it doesn't matter. Calico says, "Is Leslie in the chat?" I don't think so. I don't think so. But we did get Leslie into the Discord, or we're working on. And Greg just texted me. He wants a wrench, so I gotta scroll back up to one of Greg's comments. Greg, you need to comment again. Comment again so I have your thing, and then I can give you a wrench. Let's see. Dazzle says, my son's nickname is Monster, like the watch. He gets orange when angry. That is funny. That is funny. Let's see. Greg did comment, so I can click on him and I can add him as a moderator. Can manage blocked words, blah blah blah. Oh, that's new. Okay, so he's a um. Oh, Calico. Oh no. There will probably you you don't know what you just did. There'll be collateral damage from that. Okay. Yeah. The orange camo. I'll get that in a second. Do you do any watch Kickstarter this year? If any really good watch Kickstarter watches pop in and want to work with me, then I will. Like I actually talked to a couple of brands at the show that have done Kickstarters and probably will do Kickstarters. Tennessee Mike says I should take away Joe's wrench. I can do that. Tennessee Mike is running the show. Boom. Calico lost his wrench. Now we're doing some wrench swapping. Mm. The Unimatic. Now this watch does not come. Hey, Waldo Pepper was there. Awesome to meet up with you as well, Waldo. And you dragged me over to the booth with the very Art Deco watch. What the heck is that watch called? I already forgot. You'll let me know. Um, wow, there's a lot of chat going on here. Yeah, there's sometimes wrenches get swapped around, guys. It's okay. So Net says you found Waldo. Yeah. So anyway, this Unimatic does not come with this orange strap. This is one I put on there from Strap Habit, and it just works perfect. Um, yeah, very excited to have that in the collection. Let's see. Nice to meet you at the show, Waldo Pepper. Yep, Jeff was there. Jeff made me sign some stuff. I don't know what it was, some sort of documents. I don't. Um, no, Greg, I didn't put you in timeout. Calico did. I didn't do that. Let's see, Michael Berry, Strap Habit copy. Yes, Strap Habit, FKM rubber. Get them. They're awesome. Bremoire. Am I saying that right? Or Bromar or something like that? They're super awesome watches. I'm gonna work with them soon. Thanks. Last time I asked for your advice, I bought the Tudor 925, says Razvan. Yeah, I like that watch for sure. Greg's comment vanished. Yeah, right after I gave him the wrench and then Calico timed him out. That's all right. Those two are going to meet up again, and I'm sure Greg will take care of Calico in some fashion. So there's consequences to your actions. Let's see. He'll be back in a couple minutes. Yeah, he was timed out for like 300 seconds or something like that. Calico, look at Calico's not blue anymore, and he has no wrench. And he says, and then he's trying to plead his innocence. But see, the problem is now I'm sure Greg is going to time you out as soon as he comes back because he's going to have a blue wrench and you don't. So that's how it works. But that's the kind of fun, legit. It's the fun is happening in the chat, but that's the kind of fun that happens behind the scenes before and after these shows too. Paul, does the Trosco GMT wear bigger? The dial looks smaller than 38. I feel like the Troscos probably wear true to size. When are you tier ranking? Did I say I was going to do tier ranking? I don't know if I'll do that or not. So, I mean, there it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. It works. 100% it works. I don't think I would wear it on a strap. It definitely needs to be on a bracelet because the bracelet kind of simulates more of a normal wear for me. Michael checking in from Chicago. Been enjoying the return to lower priced watches. Me too. Me too. So there's the Trosca. There was a ton of great Trosca. Let's see. Watch down. Watch down. Doesn't want to stand up. Oh, come on. Why are you doing that? Don't do that, Trosca. San Martin GMT. Rob, does the inner bezel on the Trosca stay put? Yes. Does it not? it has like little notches. I haven't worn this a lot, so it may get bumped depending on how it gets hit. I mean, it might move a little bit. I don't think you're gonna get a ton of rotation out of it. So it's definitely in a position where it could potentially get rotated a little bit, but it's not gonna I don't think you're gonna get a ton of movement on it. No, it doesn't lock down though. So if you really need that third time zone to be tracked and really locked down, then this one is probably not gonna be the best option for you. NA Trick checking in. Awesome. Is that a compressor? It is not a compressor. How do you feel about the Oris Artelier complication with the moon? Anyone seen it? I'm thinking about getting it. Um, I do like Oris and I do like moon phase watches, so that's pretty cool. Sell me the baby snowflake 6L35. I actually just shipped that back. Dr. Bob's is going back to Exquisite Timepieces, so you're gonna want to contact Nick on that. Which they were closed on Monday, and I just shipped it out, so they'll have it like this week, but they probably have more than one. Hope you're good, Rob says buttons. I am good. I'm always good. Just ordered my second hour Sattlesburg Fulton. Great price and one of my favorite watch brands. That's cool. Is that the Doxa Army? No, it is not. It is the Synchron Poseidon. Very fun colorway. I just opened this. Just did the unboxing. I haven't even put this on wrist. Let me put it on wrist. I'm not typically a fan of the isoframe because of this right here. I don't like straps that are thick and then they just kind of like angle down. Like it doesn't have like a natural curve to it. Like you get these FKMs, they have a natural curve to them, and the ice frame doesn't. So I'm not a huge fan of that part of it. It just doesn't wear as comfortable on wrist, and just in my opinion, based on facts. So, um, but it works. I mean, it absolutely works, and it smells good. It smells like vanilla. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this is like a $1,000 watch or something. So it's more than I want to spend, but so that's part of the reason why I'll probably end up selling it. But maybe if I don't get my money back on it, maybe I'll just keep it. Let's see. How do you Uncle Seiko straps compare to the norm? Uncle Seiko bracelets are really good. The clasp are, they leave a little bit to be desired. Razvan says he's a huge fan of Doxa, so naturally he hates Synchron. That's why I said like the Synchron's kind of a spite watch. It's almost like a line in the sand sort of thing. Um, but it's funny that the Doxa fanboys will kind of attack the Synchrons, but the Synchron, there's literally two watches from the Synchron in the more recent releases. So they're not even in the same category as Doxa. There's like two of them. They're both limited edition. I think one of them has like 500 and 500. So there's 1,000 of that, two different case colorways. And then there's this one, which is 1,000. So there's just not that many of those compared to Doxa. So like Doxa has nothing to, it doesn't matter. Ned says, let me know if you decide to sell the Strato timer. Do I have a Strato timer? Oh, you're talking about this is the Strato timer, isn't it? No, I'm not selling this. Watch white dial though. Gorgeous. I agree. I do like this. And this is a one of one, right? So, because typically the white dial Dorenzo is going to have a stainless steel bezel, and I asked him to put this black ceramic bezel on there, and he's like, "All right, for you, I'll do it." So this is a one of one. So super cool that I have it. I would love to do a little sub collection of one builds, and I'm gonna kind of try to do that occasionally. How hard is it to get the Rolex Explorer 39? I don't know. Do I send watches to Australia? I have shipped a lot of watches to Australia. It's not a big deal. I forget what the other question was. Do you send watches to Australia? Oh, the Rolex 39. Well, I was just at a watch store in the Baltimore area, and I was offered a few Rolexes, and they don't know me. It's not like they know me or we're pandering to like Random Rob YouTube or anything like that. They legit just had these Rolex there, and they're like, "Yeah, you can buy them." Now, it wasn't a well, they don't currently make the 39 millimeter Explorer, so actually the 39 millimeter Explorer is going to be super easy to get. You basically go to the gray market or a reseller and you just buy it because they have them. You just have to pay the current market price. But if you want a brand new Rolex, they're starting to trickle in. So I'm not going to go get one. I had the opportunity to buy a few of them and I just didn't. So yeah, like Mark just said, there were several two-tone Datejust there, and not like dogs. They were like desirable two-tone Datejust. Dr. Bob's, exactly. He doesn't wear on watches, but he likes the idea of it smelling like vanilla. I agree. I like the smell of vanilla. Is the 36 millimeter Explorer too small? That's a very relative question. Depends on what your preferences are. Or what. Hey, Greg Wood's back. The Unimatic is so good in person. So Greg, yeah, was able to check out the Unimatic. Very cool, and it'll be in the library, but it'll be like close knit friends that can probably borrow it. Not a ton of people will be able to borrow it and check it out. Those are limited. I think you can still get them because there's not a whole lot of them, but I think you can still probably get it. Nathan says, "Do I still have the Helson Sharkmaster 300?" I do. Let me grab it. Hold on. It is right here. Yeah, yeah. I have it right here. And actually, the funny part is, when I talked about Tim and his dad earlier that I ran into at the show, and then again at that restaurant. He was wearing on his, let me get this right. I think on his right wrist, he was wearing the Borealis Random Rob limited edition on bracelet. Awesome. That was cool. Then he pulls the sleeve back on his left arm and he was wearing one of these Sharkmaster 300s, but it was like all white with a ton of blue and it had the white bezel insert and everything. So he was wearing basically two of these watches, which are just bangers. They're just awesome. For the price point, two awesome watches, and he was wearing both of them. So yeah, bonus score points 100% from Tim. Yeah, killer combo. Yeah, I love this watch. If you can pick up, I think they have them in stock. John says, didn't realize how thin the Borealis. It is thin. It is pretty dang thin. It has the Miyota in it, so it's really good. Yeah. I guess I'll probably pat myself on the back a little bit on this one. I think I did a really good clean design with the dial and stuff. Now the case and everything is the Syntron, so you can, or Sintra, excuse me. You can go over to Borealis right now, and I think they still have more Sintras there. It's just these are out of stock, that colorway. But maybe I'll work with Borealis when they do the Estral and do another white dial one like that or something. Nice shark tooth on the 12 o'clock on the Borealis and Helson. I agree. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a dive bezel or Explorer style bezel. But yeah, a no date with that large triangle, super legible, sword handset, and the 369 on there. It's just such a clean design, clean look. Paul says he's got the baby blue Sintra. That's cool. Where's the Jeannot? Where is the Jeannot? The Jeannot's right here. I didn't put out a ton of watches because I didn't want to I gotta pick them up when I'm done, you know? So yeah, the Jeannot's right here. It is all part of the watch library. There you go. Very cool. Can they coexist? Absolutely. Anybody that says otherwise is mistaken. Yep, still rocking the Jeannot. Great value on that thing. Should be getting to the time where the other Random Rob watch with the 4 color dials. Yeah, that one will probably hopefully be out soon. Is the Jeannot over 1,000? If you buy it new, yes. If you buy it used, probably a little less, but right in that range. Paul R, do I still have the Doxa Army? I do not. And it's funny that you said that because I actually forgot that I even bought it. I flipped that one so quick. Calico Basin with the $2 here super chat. Kentucky baby. Watch Meet 23. So May 19th weekend we'll be in Louisville, Kentucky, tearing it up. Seeing who can go the distance and hang out and have some fun. I am excited to see some new people and test their resolve. Yeah, yeah. If you don't think you'll be tested, then you're gonna be let down. You're going to be tested. What are your thoughts on the new IWC Mark 20? I have zero thoughts on IWC. I never think about IWC. I was just at a huge watch store and there was a huge cabinet full of IWC and I never even looked at them. So I don't have um I have no thoughts on IWC. No wrench people go the distance. Uh, that is not true. That is not true. What is the Darth Maul looking watch? I'm assuming you're talking about this thing or something. Is this one? I don't know if you're talking about this one. Adawak or something like that. How does the San Martin GMT compare to the Tudor GMT? Well, we'll go, we're going to do a full video on this one another time. I want to address that question real quick because I kind of covered it in the. Well played, Greg. I want to address the question that somebody just asked about the how does this watch, the San Martin GMT, compare to the Tudor GMT? And I will say that it's very similar in look, obviously. Snowflake hands, kind of darker looking retro blue and red aluminium bezel insert. Other than that, it's totally different, right? It's different width, it's a different thickness, it's a different lug to lug. It's a different movement. It's definitely a different price point. There's no rivets. Um, it's it's it works better for a lot of people. It's more affordable. It's more obtainable. It's easy to palette as far as the price point and the size of the watch. So, how does it compare? No, the San Martin actually has the NH34, so it is a quote caller's GMT, but it wears so good on wrist, guys. It's very wearable on wrist. San Martin gets so much hype. Curious to get the Ranger homage just to check it out. That one's really good too. That one's really good too. Just wish the blue was brighter. Yeah, maybe they'll do some more colorways. They do well, so they do have other colorways. They have the white, kind of off-white one. So it is kind of fun that they have the flexibility to do different colorways as well. So Rock the Watch is here. Thanks for joining in with his cowboy hat. He fully embraced the lifestyle. He's out west doing cowboy things. I like the IWC. Melanie's loop, yay or nay. I do like Melanie's loops. I was actually just talking to somebody about that. I'm gonna order what's that one brand? Stabe. Actually, my buddy Bruce Williams, who's actually about like 100 or 200 subs away from hitting 100,000 subscribers. Who would have thought? Bruce is at like 100K. I'm at 75K. This is just crazy. Super cool. But he has the Stabe Melanie's, and I need to order one of those for just having for other watches. So Jason's checking in from Aruba. See, Eric says Rob just grabbed the Squale TGV. Very cool. Beautiful watch, but the timekeeping is way off. What would the problem be? Well, it's going to be warranted, so you know you're going to get taken care of. But if you have a time grapher, throw it on a time grapher. That's going to give you all the information you need. Other than that, depending on if it's running slow or if it's running fast. If it's running really slow, maybe you don't have a full wind on it. If it's running really extremely fast, it could be magnetized. And then there's, everything in between there to the point where like maybe the movement's just screwed. It might just be messed up and not really worth repairing. So I have a San Martin Explorer. It is solid, -5 seconds per day. That's really good. I almost sent you a one of one prototype to review, but want to wait till I get some more made. Never been done world timer GMT idea. Cool. Super cool. Let me know on that. Do you think you will add any more Unimatics? You have the limited edition one. I almost added that Eric Cartman South Park one. I was so close to buying it because they only made 100 of them. They ended up selling out, thankfully, so I wasn't tempted too much further on it. But super, super cool watch. I'm a huge fan of South Park. I grew up on South Park. I like the Unimatic. I think it's ridiculous looking. It's a ridiculous idea, and that's where I ended up kind of landing with like, I'm never going to wear this ridiculous watch, so it's just a collector's piece, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So, in hindsight, I probably should have just done it, but no, I think if I'm gonna go after another Unimatic, it's gonna be something different. I actually really like the thinner black case, like the one I have here. And they did make, I think it was also limited edition. I might still be able to get one. I'm not sure, but they made like a really cool GMT one, and it's still very like clean and classic and timeless like this, but with white hands, and then it has a oversized orange 24-hour GMT hand. So I might pick that one up just for fun. Not that I really care about GMTs too much, but it's kind of fun to have that splash of orange in there, and it'll be different than this one, but similar. And I can put the same strap on the watch, and it'll be really cool. It's incredibly clean. I absolutely love this watch. Like, I was shocked how much I love this watch. Like, Nick and the crew over at Exquisite sent this over for me to video, and I like almost instantly knew that I was not sending it back. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely keeping this watch. So shocked how much I actually like this watch. This is number 46 of only 100. I don't know if there's any left. You're gonna have to hit up Nick at Exquisite. They might have a couple more or something if you want one of those. There's only 100 of those. They're super cool. What was the one he picked up with the just a logo and no words as the brand? Was that this one, the San Martin? Was that the one you're talking about? Heard their owners were some type of background in design. That would make sense. I want to get a San Martin. It's a Chinese clone watch. I can see that you have a $100 clone. I don't know what you're talking about. I think it was the white dial. The white dial? I don't know which one that one is. All the white dial ones have their brand names on them. The Unimatic is really nice. Was Duckworth Prestex at the watch event? They were not at district time. I want a Veritech orange dial. Your thoughts on the brand? I like the brand. If you hold on a second, I can go grab one. I think I have it. Where is it? Where is the Duckworth? Maybe I can't grab it. Where is it? Yeah, see, this is going to be a problem with the whole library thing here. Why do I not see it? Because I'm actually going to do a tour with it. Oh, here it is. So, yeah, Duckworth they're pricey. No doubt about it. But a very cool watch. I do have a bracelet for it too, but I put it on the FKM. I'm actually going to probably launch this tour. Maybe after the live chat, I might launch this tour on the Discord. I know it's going to be a very popular tour. A ton of people are going to chime in on it. It's incredibly thin, and it wears great. Let's see. I do like the diver. See, Owen says, hey, Rob, just wanted to say I love your videos. First timer. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate it. Beanboy says the Unimatic is really nice. Yeah, he checked it out in person too. Was Duckworth okay? So I think I'm caught up there. Yeah, it looks like a samurai. Yeah, it has a really nice case design, nice lugs, nice dial. It's just a good watch. It's just a really good watch. What is your favorite watch brand? Your Grail watch? Mine is the Vasteron 222 and Pepsi GMT. Favorite watch brand would probably be, it's a toss up between Seiko and Casio. Um, Grail watch is probably a little bit harder to explain because, and also my definition of Grail is probably not the same as everybody else's. Because I know Grail should be like a piece that is very difficult to achieve or unobtainable. Um, I guess I don't operate that way. I don't want to be pigeonholed into that category where like you have to have this Grail watch that you're ultimately trying to achieve, and everything else is meh. Um, I just don't. I don't think of the watches and the hobby that way. I don't lust after a Vastron or a Patek or a AP or a certain Rolex or pick whatever brand. Um, I just don't operate that way. I don't think that way. So I just when I see a watch and I like the way it looks, I go after it. And then there's like a whole nother segment of like maybe maybe there's a watch that I don't see and I don't even know about, and then it gets presented to me, and then it's very interesting. I get drawn into that level of wanting to learn more about it, and it's just fun. So it doesn't, to me, it doesn't have to be about grails or tiers or trying to level up or have more or anything like that. I just don't operate that way. I just want to see them all. So I predict you might get that bronze Breitling Super Ocean. I wouldn't mind having that. And I was looking at the Breitling at the watch store, 100%, no doubt about it. I was. But I don't see myself buying a Breitling anytime soon. I really don't. My more quote expensive watches are going to be like my my Zodiacs. Like this one was like 2,500 in the 2,500 range. The Fortis, that's up there too. Great watches. The Olik and Waz. These are, depending on what model you get. This one's more affordable, but these are kind of expensive. The Manta, the Manta GMTs. Uh, you know what? It just kind of made me think of something. I do love limited edition, just like I want to achieve more. So that would be like my Grail. It's not so much a Grail watch; it'd be like a Grail collection. It would be one of ones, whatever the brand, one of ones that I could get a brand owner, and that's why I kind of target micro brands, because you can achieve that goal in the micro brand world. You build those relationships and you work with them, and you like maybe throw a little curveball at them, and before you know it, you have a one of one watch. That's something that I'm trying to achieve, I guess. Design my own watch. Colorway. I won't design my own watch, but I will work with brands. That's the other thing. Like this. I mean, I'll design a colorway of a watch that somebody else already designed. Sure. I'm definitely doing that. I'm having way more fun doing that stuff. You know, owning a VC or an AP or a Rolex or a pick whatever higher level watch you want. It just doesn't excite me. It doesn't do anything for me. Nothing like this stuff does. Calico says he has his new watch that he picked up at the District Time show. He picked up a Zhao watch, very cool, beautiful orange dial, sandwich dial, and the rotor actually has like Baltimore flag prints on it and stuff like that because they're based out of Baltimore. That's cool, and it is legit limited edition. I think there's only 50 of them. I think he said he has number 7. He got to pick his number, maybe. Let's see. Mark says he picked up the Black Tip GMT purple dial. Should be here tomorrow. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah, limited. Even in the micro brand world, because I know some people will probably diminish the value of that, but I disagree. I think it's not even almost. In my factual biased opinion, micro brand, limited edition, or one-off watches are more exciting than the higher tiered watches. I mean, anybody can go buy an Omega Seamaster or Railmaster or a Rolex whatever Picket or any of these higher end brands. But you got to put in a little bit of work if you're just going to go pick up certain micro brands in limited number or a one of it. You have to put in more work, and I think it's just more fun. You know, the hunt is part of the fun. I really enjoy it. Okay, we're over 60 minutes. All right, let me kill the lights, check some loom, and then I got to pick this mess up. Tomorrow I got to get legit back to work. I have to make a ton more videos. There's people counting on me to do it. Try not to let them down. I'm just seeing that is wild. That reminds me of, like, you know how on some of those newer luxury cars where they have that accent lighting going around it? That's cool. That is actually really cool. So I'm excited to do that one. Check out this full loom dial, Fair and Sweat. Extremely cool. Very cool indeed. Microbrand loom. You cannot beat microbrand loom. I really don't think there's any like big name brands out there that do microbrand loom. They're kind of limited or something. I don't know. These are really cool. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.